Hello, challengers. Welcome to day one. You guys, I'm super excited to be here with you today. And for the rest of the next 3 weeks, right? We're going to be together. And I just want you to remember that this group is for you. So let's use that to encourage one another, to comment on each other's posts, and to just make this super accountable for you. This is your tool to make you guys accountable to yourself, and then just to build some relationships with other people so that you guys have that support that you need. As you know, we are going to talk a lot about macronutrients and nutrition and clean eating throughout this whole challenge so that you guys can be as successful as possible. I have been hearing from a lot of you, especially those who have been in past groups, that you struggle with nutrition. So today we're going to go over what macronutrients are and how we're going to use them. So we are going to be focusing, like I said, on eating clean and watching our macronutrients, mostly through portion control, to help us build that lean muscle that we're all looking for. Each of us is going to be working towards our own fitness goals by working out on average about 5 times per week, and the workouts are going to vary based on what you and your coach have chosen. But we are all going to be working, and we're going to be working hard some days, right? I mean, the struggle's worth it, and you're going to be stronger, and those first few days are going to be hard, and you're probably going to feel really sore, but it's totally worth it. That feeling that you get after, the feeling of being accomplished, the feeling of getting stronger, it's all worth it. So today I really want to focus on what it means to eat clean and how we're going to be tracking our nutrition using and focusing on macronutrients, or you might hear me also call them as macros for short. So what are macronutrients? Macros are a ratio of nutrients that provide you with calories and the energy that your body needs. So these are nutrients that your body needs for growth, increased metabolism, and for other healthy body functions, which help us perform our best. So since macro means large, macronutrients are needed in large amounts. And they're broken down into 3 categories: carbohydrates, fats, and protein. So while each of these macronutrients provide calories, the amount of calories that each one provides will vary. Each person is going to have a different range or ratio that they need based on their current weight, their height, and the amount of calories that they're going to consume per day, because that's going to vary based on those numbers as well. So based on the results that you want and the types of activity that you choose, you're going to want a balanced macronutrient ratio, and it's going to be a little different per person. So it's hard to say like, oh yeah, eat this range, because really this is not a one-size-fits-all solution. This is going to be what's right for you, and hopefully you guys have figured that out. We're going to talk a little bit about how we had figured that out during prep week, and I just want to go over it with you guys so you understand, and if you have any questions, just to feel free to ask me. So a good rule of thumb is this. For bodybuilding, right? If you're lifting really heavy and you are looking to build lots of muscle, you're going to be actually needing to eat more carbohydrates, which surprises a lot of people. Usually people think to build muscle, you have to eat more protein, and you do need protein to help repair those muscles, but to build them, you're going to need a lot more energy, a lot more carbohydrates. So your ratio of your caloric intake is going to be about 40 to 60% of your daily caloric intake will be of carbohydrates. 25 to 35% will be protein, and then 15 to 25% would be fat. And there's a variance there because everyone's going to need a little different ratio, and you can always see how your body responds. But a lot of us aren't actually like in that bodybuilding stage. A lot of us are going to fall more along the lines of maintenance, something that you can withstand over time, something that is going to help you lose weight now or help you build that lean muscle that you want. And it's going to be a solution for you that you can use for time to come. So that is going to be around 30 to 50% carbohydrates. That's broken up of your calories per day, 25 to 35% protein, and then 25 to 35% fat. Also, people get confused about the fat too. Like, oh, if I want to lose fat, I should eat less fat. And that's not necessarily the case. You do need healthy fats in your diet. And we're going to explain that a little bit further in a moment here. So for fat loss, and this is really, when I say fat loss, this is people who are usually have gone through that build stage and are now trying to get onto stage at a competition or something, or just really looking to have super lean bodies, they're going to eat about 10 to 20% carbohydrates. That's really hard to do because there's carbohydrates found in fruit, there's carbohydrates found in vegetables, and there's carbohydrates found in the classics that you think of, like bread and corn and beans and potatoes, all those kind of things. So, you know, it's really can be tricky to fall in that fat loss category and maintain it for a long period of time. So they are going to be eating 40 to 50% of their caloric intake in protein, and then about 30 to 40% in fat. So for this challenge, we are going to be using the Portion Fix containers to help measure our macros. And this is going to allow us to track them simply. Your macro breakdown, give or take, is going to be, depending on your program, about 30% protein, 40% carbs, and 30% fat. And even though these ratios fall under the maintenance category, in most cases, this is where people struggle to find that balance. So we're going to be using these cups, and you guys, based on the program that you've used or are using, you're going to be given a different ratio. So the green is for vegetables, the purple is for fruit, the red is for protein, the yellow is for carbohydrates, and then we have the other two, which is the blue and the orange, you can see here. And these are usually used for healthy fats like dressings or seeds, nuts, avocados, or cheeses. That's what these are all used for. And this is the simplest way I found to balance my macros, because I don't have to enter every single thing I eat in. I log my app. I can pull it up for you guys here too so you can see it. But I literally, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you? Okay, so literally here it is right here. It's hard to see on my screen, but I will click it. And then it pulls it up, and I can use my app then to track my caloric intake for the day. And basically, you guys can kind of see that you have the boxes that you check each day. So whenever you eat a vegetable and fill it up to the top with your vegetables, you're going to check that green box off, and so on and so on. And I've shared this before with you guys. Something I like to do is reverse engineer my diet, and I like to enter in my dinner first so I know what I have to work with for the rest of the day. And one crucial additional factor to these macro breakdowns is that the calories that you take in is important too. Any macronutrient ratio is going to be ineffective if your caloric intake is too high or too low. So you can't expect to achieve that toned physique that you want if you're unwilling to eat enough or eat less than you have been eating. And I do want to stress too that if you feel like, oh, I can't get all my containers in, you guys, this is set up by nutritionists so that you can lose weight, and sometimes you're not used to eating as much as you really need and listening to your body. So please do fill up on the food that you have been asked to consume. So I know this is a lot, and I don't want you to get frustrated, because especially if this is new to you, it's going to, challenge those old behaviors and challenge those old habits, and you're going to want to fall back into them. But you're building a healthier lifestyle here, and it's going to take time. So give yourself some grace, and with determination and resolve and willingness to change, you're going to see progress, and you're going to work towards those great things. So hopefully that was helpful, you guys. We're going to be talking more about macronutrients as we go on, but just know that these little containers, these magic containers here, are going to help you get your macronutrients in every day. You don't have to log on to MyFitnessPal like a lot of other people do and be like, okay, I had oatmeal for breakfast and it was, and you have to measure it with a certain cup, or maybe weigh it on a scale, and that gets so confusing. So, and just time consuming, really. And I've done it in the past, and you can see a pie chart of how your macronutrients break out, but I don't know. For me, I would rather just check off a box and know that I'm doing it. So hopefully that was just kind of a guideline of what macronutrients are. We're going to continue to talk about them, and I'm going to introduce more little by little so that it's not super overwhelming, but that's so you really just understand the changes that are happening with your nutrition and the changes that are happening in your body, and just know that you're doing a great job. You guys are already making the first step to work towards your health, and you're going to have bad days, but just know that even if you have a bad moment in that day, there's still time left in the day to redeem yourself and just, to say like, okay, I ate crap. Okay, move on. Just eat something really great. Move on. Drink some water. It's not the end of the world, right? We're making changes, and this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and we are all here by your side. So happy day one. Comment below if you have questions, and we'll be here for you. Bye.